Morning, the 2nd of October. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris, and this is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week just about to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And we've got you covered with an absolutely beautiful start. Take a live look outside, a couple of clouds over the Kennedy Space Center. We see plenty of blue sky. It is looking good. It is feeling good. Oh, yeah, but the temperatures are on their way up. Hope you're having a great start to your Saturday morning. Rise and shine, my friends. Look at these readings across town. It is 76 in Titusville. We're starting off at about 81, though, in Melbourne. It's definitely a warm, muggy start to the day there. 77 in the city, beautiful. We're at 70 degrees in the villages, 68 in Ocala, and 74 degrees for us right now in Daytona Beach. Leonard, good morning to you. Carolyn, Ashley, Susan, good morning. Hope you're off to a great start to the day. Let's make it a great Saturday, right? It looks good. It's, the humidity is starting to creep up. If we look at the dew point temperatures, remember, this is what we use. We call this the muggy meter. And the higher these numbers go, the muggier it is. You're in the lower 70s. It's the mid 70s that's just awful. But the lower 70s is bringing that humidity back. It's doing exactly what we had said was going to happen over the last couple of days. We knew it was going to happen, and here we are with more humidity. Our first warning Doppler radar across Central Florida is fairly quiet, but there are a few little things that we're tracking. So let's zoom in just a little bit. We'll start here into Seminole and even Lake counties, and you're watching a few little areas of showers coming in. Not too bad, but a few showers. Let's head up to Flagler County, where we're watching those showers up that direction. Flagler Beach, Palm Coast, watching a few showers for you. And then back to the wider perspective, even seeing a couple of showers kind of working over toward Brevard County. If you live in Cocoa Beach, for example, we'll just zoom this in and you can kind of see it's going to be heading over toward, it looks like toward like Cape Canaveral, the port, and down to Cocoa Beach. So it's not a perfectly dry start to the day. We're going to have a few showers in the forecast. I don't think it's the kind of setup that's going to ruin your day, but it's definitely going to be a few showers. So you can see we're going with about a 30% mention of showers in the vicinity over the course of the day today. Temperature-wise, 83 by 11 o'clock. That's not too bad. We're up to about 87 degrees by 1 o'clock, 89 degrees. So it's going to be another nice, toasty, warm day. But yeah, we are going to be talking about a few showers in the vicinity. So it's definitely something just to keep in mind. Carolyn, good morning to you. Amiana, good morning. How are you? Evelyn, how are you? Jennifer, good morning, good morning. Kat, hello. Oh, Kim, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it very much. All right, so that's where we're at for this morning. Looking ahead, you do know we're going to be dealing with a few of these showers. It's just the way that it goes. On a perfect October day, as Debbie said, it is. It's going to be a warm one, so you just have to keep that in mind. As a matter of fact, when we look to the weather impacts for the day today, UV index is going to be high. The shower and thunderstorm threats are going to be relatively low, but they're not nothing. So, just keep that in mind. We are going to have some showers. I don't even think it's going to be thunder showers, but we are going to have some showers that will impact us. Best chance of rain is going to be out east of town. So Orlando eastbound, 30% coverage of rain. The further west you go, it's going to be a bit dry. But remember, it may be a bit drier, but that also means it's going to be a bit warmer. So you kind of have to pick your poison. Which one do you prefer? Which one? That's just where it's at. But today, of course, a lot of people are wanting to head out to the area theme parks, Universal Studios, for example. Aside from a few spotty showers, we're looking good. It's going to be a hot one. 89 degrees will be our high temperature on the day. And by the way, just since we're talking muggy meter, yeah, upper 60s this weekend on the muggy meter. But we're ticking those dew points up into next week as more and more moisture moves into town. So it's not going to be a perfect setup. It's just to be honest with you, it's not going to be a perfect setup. That muggy meter is going up and up and up, unfortunately. Oh well. Pat, good morning, Eric. Hoping the rain stays away today. Celebrating JJ, my grandson's birthday. He turned 2. Happy birthday, JJ. We do have a little more moisture in play, so let's just do this, Pat. I want to make sure that you and your family know exactly what's going on to the best of what I can do. Let's take a look at Futurecast, okay? And we'll start off this morning, a few spotty showers. I think that the model is doing a fantastic job. You didn't mention where you lived, so, we're going to have to just kind of shoot in the dark here. But notice 11 o'clock, there are going to be some showers, especially in the eastern areas, which is exactly what we had said. Those eastern areas are going to have the highest coverage of seeing showers around. Let's continue this through time. 1 o'clock, eastern areas. 2, 3 o'clock, eastern areas. Now it's starting to fade out a little bit. And then by about 5, 6 o'clock, it looks like almost over to like the Tampa Bay area. We'll get a couple of showers and thunder showers. But more moisture is in the area, which means this is not going to be a perfectly dry day like it has been for the better part of a week. So, it's not a guaranteed kind of reset of the rainy season, but it's definitely not a perfect dry season day either. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Amiana, my wish for today is coffee in bed. Still waiting. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Work keeps getting in my coffee talk time. Ryan, work has to take precedent. I understand. Carolyn says, I'll take a thunderstorm. Austin, rain in Vieira, sun tree around 1 or 2. Austin, I would say that you've got at least a pretty good shot of seeing that. I mean, Futurecast has got it there. Austin, you've got some serious sniffles. I always have serious sniffles. It's allergies. It's my life. It's never going to stop. Dad's in the room. Good morning, buddy. I see you. Debbie, good morning. Look at me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Energy's getting better. I mean, I'm still not like a rock star about it, but it's getting better. It's getting better. How's the weather in Kissimmee? We've got a chance of a few showers today. It's not going to be too bad, but we do have the chance of a few showers. Here's kind of just the overall idea. As you're getting ready for the day, on again and off again showers here or there. All right, it's about a 30% coverage, but they're quick movers. So even if you get a shower in your neighborhood, it's not going to be the kind of thing that just sits over top of you for forever. It's going to be the kind of thing that moves in and moves out. So I think you're going to be doing just fine. Let's see here. So it will be humid and miserable. I wouldn't say that it's going to be humid and miserable. It's just we're building in that direction is all. That's all I'm saying. Marilyn says, I always have the sniffles too. It's, for some of us, the allergies, they are what they are. Joanne says, we will take any amount of rain that comes our way. We are so far behind going into the dry season. That is true. Let's look at those numbers real fast because it's not great. If I could spell year correctly. Here, these are the numbers. And truly, you see Sanford is above average. You see Leesburg is above average. But look at Orlando. Look at Daytona Beach. Look at Melbourne. We are way behind average. And going into the dry season, that's not a good sign. If we were heading into an El Nino dry season, boy, that would be a mess. Really glad that we're not. Yeah. Good morning to you, Dawn. Wish I could lose weight, but my thyroid messes me up. I know all about the thyroid issues, believe me. Tom's asking, when is our next cool front coming? So that's a good question, Tom. So let's chat a little bit about that, shall we? The forecast over the next several days is going to be an interesting one. All right, so here we are right now, kind of just enjoying that onshore flow. That onshore flow is going to be bringing us a nice breeze. It also is going to be bringing us rough surf and rip currents. We'll talk about that in a minute. But look what happens into Monday. Front tries to move our direction, but you've kind of got an interesting setup. So you've got the front over like Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, into Georgia and Tennessee. So you've got that front. Lots of moisture with that front. Then you've got a little piece of tropical moisture coming through the Bahamas, and they kind of just move our direction. And so what you end up with is a fairly interesting scenario here of moisture just building. That very possibly restarts our rainy season in Central Florida. So, it's one of those cases of we are really ramping up the moisture. Just take a look at the 7-day forecast, just as an example here, and this should give you the idea. Look how we go from a nice dry couple of days, low humidity. Look at those morning lows Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday. We're talking about low to mid 70s. Look at the rain chances, 50 to 60%. So, it's not a given that we're restarting the rainy season, but it certainly looks like it's at the very least a possibility. So, look for rising rain chances. Now, as far as cold fronts go, when we talked about our long-range forecast, I kind of put, front or storm system. We have to see it at the moment. It doesn't look like that front's wanting to play out much and give us much. So don't get too excited about that. All right, back here for our weekend forecast. Just a reminder, it's not a go in the beach kind of setup at all. Today, breaking waves running 4 to 5 feet. And that's in Cocoa Beach. It could even be higher in some spots. But notice by about Monday, Tuesday, those breaking waves do start to come down just a little bit. Why? Why are the waves so high? This is the culprit, Hurricane Sam. It has finally started moving. I feel like this thing was just stalled. I mean, it wasn't, but it just wasn't moving very fast. So there it is. It is passing safely by Bermuda. Still a major hurricane. Winds of 130 miles an hour. This is still a very powerful storm system. Here's the forecast from the National Hurricane Center. Expected to weaken as it moves into the cooler waters of the North Atlantic. The good news is that it looks like it will not be a factor for our friends in like marine areas of Canada, places like that. So it does gradually get weaker and weaker and become a remnant low by about Tuesday, we think. But in the meantime, it's bringing rough surf and rip currents up and down the eastern seaboard. So keep that in mind. All right? All right. Very good. We can talk about hurricane season, please. That's literally what I'm talking about right now. Let's see here. So that's what's going on with Sam. Then, of course, you've got Victor. I'm happy to say Victor is a fish storm, going to become a tropical depression, we think, either late today or tomorrow, and just become a remnant low. There are no other systems that we are monitoring at the moment for tropical development. Oh, excuse me. So we're looking good in that department. And in the meantime, we're not looking good if you're wanting to head over to the beaches. All right, 3 to 4 building wave action, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, depends on which beach you go to. High, dangerous rip current risk, okay? Seriously. So you've got to be careful. A couple of showers, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just the rough surf is going to be just that, very, very rough. Tom says, hopefully Sam churned up some cool waters. Yes, absolutely. It will be. There is some upwelling because the storm system was so powerful, but thankfully that's just not the case. All right, at least in a wider swath. It does have some upwelling, but remember, when we look to the month of October, we don't necessarily look at the Cabo Verde Islands or the coast of Africa for tropical development. When we look for the month of October, we start to watch areas a little closer to home. So that is where, of course, we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled on the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Atlantic around us, near the Bahamas, down into the, Caribbean islands, that sort of thing. Which then leads me to, of course, what is next. So let's take a look at the computer models. This is our GFS model. You, of course, can see Sam on the top right part of your screen there. Let's just roll through time and see what the operational I've not looked at this yet this morning, and see what the operational GFS is showing. Definitely some moisture over the Bahamas. You can kind of see it there, some lowering pressure. That's October 5th. That's Tuesday. That's what our models are showing. Not necessarily developing into anything tropical, but something there. Lowering pressure over Florida and Cuba through about the 9th. Model not going bonkers on trying to develop anything, but there's something there. And then off of our East Coast, you see that? Trying to develop perhaps something around the 12th and having it move away from us. And then look at this. Around the Dominican Republic, Haiti, or the Caribbean, toward the end of the model run there. Lowering pressure. Let's take a look at the ensembles. And if you're not familiar with the ensembles, we talk about this on Coffee Talk quite a bit. The ensembles, think of it as like a Baskin Robbins. It's 51 different flavors of the model. It gives us a chance to kind of see what different ideas the model has, what craziness, if you will. All right, so let's roll through time here. There's Sam going away. October 5th. No organized areas of low pressure around Florida. There's one ensemble member that shows something around the Bahamas. You see it right there near Grand Bahama. But more ensemble members are showing something around the Yucatan Channel between the Yucatan Peninsula and Cuba. We're 10th. That's interesting. So perhaps something there. Interesting. Be something interesting to watch there. So again, it looks like my internet dropped off here for a second. So let me just back it up. So you can see there's one ensemble member showing something off our East Coast, but there's like 5 or 10 ensemble members showing something between Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula. So there may be something to watch in that vicinity there. I would say that there are more ensemble members showing that solution, so that'll be something to watch. And then afterward, the models are just kind of saying there's lowering pressure. They're not really sure what's going on there. So, we're entering into a new LRC cycle. We're entering into a new LRC cycle, which means we're going to have to observe and just see how this plays out. All right. So let's take a look at the 7-day forecast and just see kind of what we're at again. Models are hinting at things mid to late this upcoming week. I would say rain chances definitely going up. It's possible we're restarting our rainy season. High temperatures in the lower 90s, morning lows in the low to mid 70s. Coffee Talk will be inside for sure this week. But at the very least, it's going to provide for some interesting weather to be tracking. Yeah. All right. That's all we can say. Yeah, let's see here. Good morning to you, Pam. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. It's not uncommon for some viewers to join a live session out of sync with everyone else, but chat is moving ahead of what you see and hear in these instances. It's worse on YouTube. Yeah, that's a good point. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Otherwise, we'll wrap this thing up early. I'm off of work, so I want to get my fun through the day. What happens to the LRC if no more storms this season? Well, we watch for indications, hints, clues of what's to come next season. So for now, we're doing fine. Yeah. But Betty, even if there are no more storms this season, you're looking for little storm systems, little impulses of energy. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Becca. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any questions? Nancy definitely will enjoy the day. Rain equals muggy and hot, and that's exactly what our 7-day forecast is showing. Yeah. All right, my friends, that's what we've got. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you all later.